Hello everybody, and welcome back to Beboss Kitchen, and welcome to those of you who are new to my channel. It is so good to have you. I would like to ask, if you have not subscribed, click the subscription button, leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up if you enjoy my video, and don't forget to click the notification bell. I want to make a candy. It's a nougat candy. It's called Torrone. And I have never made this. I want to give it a try because I really like it. But I'm going to give it a shot. I might not succeed, but if I don't, I'll tell you. If I do, I'll tell you that too. So I want to get started now by showing you the list of ingredients that it takes to make this candy. Edible rice paper, which is optional. 3 egg whites. Salt. Sugar, honey, light Karo, water, pure vanilla extract, orange extract, almond extract, and toasted almonds. Okay, I'm going to be reading my instructions because since I've never made this, I want to be very, very careful about how I do it. It tells me to prepare an 8 by 11 inch pan, which I don't have. This is a little bit bigger, not much, but a little bit, so I'm going to use it. And it tells me to line it with plastic wrap, leaving enough excess to pull the candy out once it has set. Okay, so I'm going to place it down in my pan, and it tells me to spray this with non-stick cooking spray. So I will use my Pam for that, and it says to take care to spray the sides really well. And now I have to place my edible rice paper in the bottom, and it says I may need to cut it to fit the pan, but I actually am going to have to cut the side a little bit. And I'm going to have to cut an extra piece, I think, let's see, to go across the bottom here. You see it's not wide long enough. So take out an extra piece and cut that about yay wide. And I'll see. Okay, I think that's close enough. It's okay. Okay, and then it tells me to put the egg whites and the salt in the bowl of my mixer. So I will do that next. Okay, it takes 3 egg whites, and I will list this recipe below in the description box. It calls for 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt in the egg whites. And I will put this over on the mixer. Okay, now I have to combine 3 cups of sugar and my honey, which is a cup of honey, the corn syrup, and the water. Let's see here, it's a 1/4 cup of corn syrup. So I'm going to add that right in with my water. There's a 1/4 a cup of water and a 1/4 a cup of Karo. And so I will add that. And now I will measure up a cup of honey. And I'll pour that in as well. Okay. Now the recipe says it will foam up as it cooks, and so it says to make sure your pan is large enough so it can safely triple in size. So I hope this is going to be big enough. I may wind up having to transfer it to a different pot, but it says to cook this over medium heat, and you stir it until the sugar dissolves. I will put my whisk beater on to beat the egg whites. This recipe calls for 2 cups of toasted almonds, and so I've already toasted my nuts. You are to stir this continuously until the sugar melts, and these sugar crystals on the side, you have to wash those down with a pastry brush. You want to wet your pastry brush with water and just wash down the sugar crystals. Okay, I'm going to insert my candy thermometer. And I'll stir this occasionally, but this has to cook to 290 degrees. Once it's done that, well, when it reaches 270, I'll start beating the egg white. And then I will continue to cook this until it reaches 290. Alright, I'm going to start beating my egg whites. I'm going to beat my egg whites until they have soft peaks, and then I'll add the remaining of my sugar. So let's see. Okay, it has soft peaks. You can see that it forms a soft peak. And so now I'm going to slowly add my sugar, the 2 tablespoons of sugar to this, a little at the time. Okay, it's holding stiff peaks, and so I'm stopping. I'm going to take my whisk beater off and replace it with the paddle beater. My syrup is almost to 290. When it gets to 290, then I will take it off the heat. And that's showing that it's there. So let me take it off of the heat. And I'm going to very slowly pour this over my egg whites. I want it on medium speed. Okay, now I need to increase the speed to medium high, and I will beat it for 5 minutes or until very thick, stiff, and shiny. I'll set my timer for 5 minutes. Okay, it's been 5 minutes, and so now I'm going to add my flavorings to this, which it has orange extract and almond extract, and vanilla extract. And then it tells me to beat it briefly just until it's incorporated. All right, and now I add the almonds and stir them until they're well incorporated. Okay. All right, and now I will put this in my prepared pan. Okay, I'm just scraping the candy into this pan that I prepared. My bowl is so hot, it's hard to manage it. I think that's about the best I can do as far as getting it out of the bowl. I think I've done pretty good, don't you? Okay. And now I have to take an offset spatula and spray it with cooking spray and level this out. So I will just take and spread this out. I think this is going to turn out really good, and it's not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. Since I had never made it, I was not too sure how complex it was going to be. But it's not hard at all. Just get it nice and smooth. Okay, now let's see what it tells me to do. Okay, I'm to cover the top completely with another layer of my rice paper. So I need to cut another section. Okay, and now it tells me to place a pan of the same size on top of this and to place a large book or something heavy inside the pan so that it presses it down. And as luck would have it, I do have an additional pan just like that. So I will put that in on top of it, and I will put a cookbook because I have plenty of those. I'll use this old cookbook because it's heavy, and there you go. All right, and it says let it sit at room temperature for several hours. So what I'm going to do, this is evening. It's actually a little bit after 7 o'clock. And so I'm going to let this sit overnight. I'll come back in the morning and take the pan and the book off, and we will slice it at that time and see how it does. So I will see you in the morning. Have a good evening. Bye. Okay, I left my candy to sit overnight, and so this is the next day, and I'm going to take the candy out of the pan and I'm going to cut it, or I'm going to attempt to cut it. I hope I'm able to cut it. So let's see how we can do this. Okay. See if I can lift it out of the pan. Oh gosh, I don't know. Let me try to dump it out. Wait a second. Okay, that's good. All right, I am just going to try. I'm going to cut it across like so. Let me get my long knife. I don't know if this knife will do any better, but I would think with it being as long as it is, that maybe. Oh yeah. Yeah, that cuts good. Doing is cutting through that rice paper. This knife has it's easier to cut it with this. That other knife is actually a carving knife, but it worked good to slice the candy, and I'll still have to slice it the other way. I think this is going to turn out really good. I sure hope it does. I'm not quite sure how I should do this. Let's see. Okay, that gets it all sliced up, and so now here comes the best part of all. I'm gonna do a taste test. Here is to you, Torrone Nougat candy. I'll let you take a close-up look. Doesn't that look good? Oh my goodness. Here is to you, wishing you a Merry Christmas. We're right on the heels of Christmas. I think it's, let's see, this is Tuesday and it's Sunday. So we're what, 5 days away? So anyway, Merry Christmas. Gosh, that's good. I don't quite know what to say about it. You can taste the orange extract in it. You can taste the almond. Oh my gosh, and the toasted almonds in it. This is divine. And it was not hard to make. The hardest thing is slicing it up. That wasn't that difficult. I will definitely be making this again and again. The recipe says that the rice paper is optional. My advice to you would be definitely use it. It helps it to keep from being so sticky, but it's edible. You don't even know you're eating it. It'll be much easier to work with if you use the rice paper. So my advice would definitely be, yes, use it. When you get this cut, you're going to need to wrap it because it says that it will start to get soft and sticky, and you need to wrap it in wax paper. So I have just cut or torn off some wax paper, and I'm just wrapping these individually, and then I will store them in an airtight container. That one tore, so let me redo that. You probably can buy little squares of wax paper if you don't feel up to just tearing your own, but it's not a big deal. So that's the way you would do it. Just twist the ends. You may think it's a little bit of work, but trust me, if you ever try this candy, you will say it is definitely worth doing. And that's just all there is to it. So anyway, I'll sign off now with this video, and I hope you've enjoyed watching it. I appreciate all your support, and I hope you'll give this recipe a try. It was not difficult. Please give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed watching my video. And until the next time, this is B-Boss saying, may the Lord bless and keep you and your family safe. And until we see each other again, you have a great day. But I'll see you soon in another video. Bye.